In January 2020, Bass Pro Shops issued a press release announcing they were named the third most reputable retailer in America in the 2019 Retail Reputation Report. However, by 2023, Bass Pro Shops was defending itself from 9 lawsuits by customers for sharing their purchase data, including firearm purchases, with Facebook. This slide only shows the 2 class action lawsuits from Pennsylvania and Florida, but 7 other lawsuits were filed in other jurisdictions over the same issue. I am Dr. John Padfield. I am a business professor, and this is Business Reform, where I discuss issues at the intersection of business, technology, and society. In my last video on social credit scores, I mentioned that Bass Pro Shops and their wholly owned subsidiary, Cabela's, were named as defendants in class action lawsuits alleging they were sharing customer browsing and purchase data with Facebook. In this video, I want to look deeper into those lawsuits and what Facebook does with all the data they are hoarding on billions of people around the world. Bass Pro Shops is a privately held company, so I was unable to find any information in an annual report about their relationship with Facebook, which is now known as Meta. However, I did find that Bass Pro Shops averaged around $7 billion in sales in the United States each year between 2017 and 2022. I also found that Bass Pro Shops' website had 11.3 million visitors last month, and the average visitor interacted with 4.45 pages. So that works out to about 50 million page views per month. In addition, Bass Pro Shops owns Cabela's, and the Cabela's website gets 11.5 million visitors per month, and the average visitor interacts with 4.36 pages. So that is an additional 50 million page views per month. That means between Cabela's.com and BassPro.com, the company is getting 100 million page views per month, or 1.2 billion page views per year. That is a lot of web traffic. So let's take a look at what the lawsuit alleges Bass Pro Shops was doing to the people that were viewing those 1.2 billion pages per year. First, a disclaimer: I am a business professor, not a law professor. Nothing in this video should be construed as legal advice. But with that said, I am a former Indiana state representative, and in that position, I read and voted on hundreds of pieces of legislation per year. I have a pretty good understanding of how to read a law. A link to a PDF version of the class action complaint is provided in the description of this video, along with links to every source I used in this video. The plaintiff claims that Facebook can target users so effectively because it surveils user activity both on and off its website. This allows Facebook to make inferences about users beyond what they explicitly disclose, like their interests, behavior, and connections. I want to pause here for just a second and point out, if I had a Facebook account and I like someone's post, I would expect Facebook to know that because I did it on their website. However, what we're talking about here is very different. If I go out to Bass Pro Shop and I look at something on their website, or I make a purchase on Bass Pro's website, I would not expect Facebook to know about that because it's not happening on their website. The plaintiff further claims the defendants, meaning Bass Pro Shops, embed Facebook pixels into their website, which are configured to, quote, scan form fields containing a user's email address, first name, last name, phone number, gender, zip code, city, and state. The plaintiff then claims, quote, by compelling a visitor's browser to disclose the advanced matching parameters and event data for videos, defendants knowingly disclose information sufficiently permitting an ordinary person to identify a specific individual's website activity, including what web pages they visit and what products they purchase. The lawsuit then goes on to claim these actions violate not just one, but 2 Pennsylvania laws, specifically the Pennsylvania Wiretapping Act and the Uniform Firearms Act, which states all information provided by the potential purchaser of a firearm shall be confidential. The law also provides for a $1,000 penalty per occurrence for any person, licensed gun dealer, or state or local governmental agency who violates this law. Because this lawsuit received virtually zero media attention, you're probably wondering what happened to this case. According to a December 7th, 2023 article in Bloomberg Law, this case, along with the 8 other lawsuits from other states, were all dismissed. I think it is important to note the case was not thrown out because Bass Pro Shops denied the allegations. All 9 cases were dismissed because the federal judge for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania ruled that none of the plaintiffs had suffered concrete injury sufficient for standing to bring the lawsuits. Allow me to paraphrase that decision. Nobody was harmed by having their personal, sensitive information collected, aggregated, and stored by Facebook, so no harm, no foul. I believe this is a classic example of where technology is outpacing legislation. When I was in the Indiana legislature back in the 1990s, we had to address a problem caused by the miniaturization of video cameras. In the span of just a few years, video cameras shrank from shoulder-carried VHS video recorders to palm-size VHS-C video recorders. All of a sudden, these small cameras started showing up in places they did not belong, such as behind the air vents in the bathroom of a rental house. At the time, it was difficult to prosecute creepy landlords for installing what some of them called hidden security cameras inside of houses they owned, because up until that time, it wasn't easy to hide a video camera behind an air vent, and the law had not yet been written to make that type of activity illegal. I believe we are in a similar place today where companies are doing things that are only legal because most people don't realize what can and is being done with their data, so there's not enough public outcry for legislators to make that activity illegal. That and the fact that many people in elected office today are benefiting from this type of activity, not only through campaign donations from data brokers, but also by purchasing your data to better target you with campaign ads. I will be discussing that more in a future video. But what do you think? Are you concerned about the amount of personal data that Facebook is gathering up on you from all over the internet so that they can follow you across the internet, serving you ads based on what they believe you're interested in? Let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share, and thank you for watching.